starting the new year by using new tech to basically bypass the old rules. That's really the core idea here. Imagine sending a hyper-realistic, personalized New Year's video. And in it, someone like Donald Trump and Elon Musk are waiting, and they're raising a glass right to your camera. That kind of custom content, I mean, until now is pretty much impossible.
Welcome to the deep dive on the New Year 2026 Toolkit. And yeah, we're going to skip the fluff today and get right into the high-impact strategies. We're looking at a guide that's all about using AI tools for what it calls survival skills in the coming year. We're talking content, smart shopping, and even how you get your work done.
That sounds like a roadmap packed with really actionable stuff.
Oh, it is. We're going to unpack the secrets to making that hyper-real AI video, a very specific way to hunt down hidden discount codes online. And this is the big one, how to turn the way you work into a valuable digital asset you can actually sell.
Okay, let's unpack this. Starting with that hyper-real AI video blueprint.
Let's do it. So the foundation for all this stuff is the old principle, garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah.
If you want a great video, that first still image has to be absolutely flawless.
That's the baseline. Now, the source brings up a tool called Nano Banana. Why that one? What's it doing that makes it so much better for realism?
It really just comes down to texture and light. Nano Banana is cited as creating the best, quote, human skin right now.
Right.
Just better at rendering those tiny little details like pores and the way light reflects. If you miss that, the image just looks, well, it looks fake.
And the goal here is pretty ambitious, that billionaire party scene with Trump and Musk.
It's super specific, and there's a key detail people often miss: eye contact. The big takeaway is, if the AI characters don't look right at the lens, you lose that personal connection. It just becomes a generic photo, not a personal message.
So the prompt is doing all the heavy lifting to get that photorealism. Walk us through the blueprint the source lays out.
You got it. So first, you define the setting. Luxury rooftop bar, New York, at night. Easy enough. Then the characters. Trump and Musk, black tuxedos, holding crystal champagne glasses, and the action has to be precise. They're posed like they're waiting to toast with you, the viewer.
Okay, and they have to be smiling warmly directly at the camera. And then you get into the technical specs like 8K resolution and extremely detailed skin texture. Why are those so important?
It's all about tricking the brain. 8K feels like a professional photograph, and the skin detail gets past that plastic doll effect you see in a lot of AI images. Then you layer in blurry fireworks, cinematic lighting, and lock it into a 16.9 aspect ratio. It's basically a tech spec sheet for an AI director.
So how crucial is getting all that hyper-specific detail in the initial prompt to achieve that final look?
The prompt acts like stacking Lego blocks of data to define photographic realism.
Right. So once you have that perfect still image, the next step is making it move. This is a huge capability for 2026, turning a photo into a living video clone, which brings us to a bit of a dilemma with the tools. And this is where the rules of these platforms really come into play. A lot of the big, well-known tools have some pretty strict guardrails.
Right.
The source mentions Veo from Google. If you try to upload a photo of a famous person like Trump, it blocks it.
Exactly. That's the wall most people hit. But the toolkit's secret is using platforms like Grok on X. It's described as very relaxed. It lets you create videos with these powerful figures, and that access, being able to create things others are blocked from doing, that's a huge competitive advantage.
That's fascinating. So the edge isn't just knowing the tech. It's knowing which tech has the most freedom to actually execute your idea.
That's it. Now, is there a risk? Yeah, absolutely. These platforms are unstable. They could change the rules tomorrow. To be honest, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself when pushing these boundaries. Sometimes the output quality just isn't what I expect. But for now, that speed and access, it outweighs the limitations for a lot of people.
The guide makes it sound simple, though. Upload the image, type a prompt. Wait a minute. Is it really that easy? Or is the trick in the prompt itself?
The steps are simple, yeah. But the real key to making it look authentic is realizing that, that perfection looks fake. If the video is too smooth, too perfect, our eyes just immediately know something's wrong. It looks synthetic.
So you actually need to introduce a flaw, an imperfection, to sell the reality. Like a flight camera shake.
Precisely. That little shake makes you, the viewer, feel like you were there holding the phone, catching this candid moment. A POV shot.
And the prompt has to build that in.
It does. It has to specify that the characters are laughing softly, moving to clink a glass with you.
Yep.
And critically realistic champagne movement, plus that little humanizing camera shake.
So what's the biggest risk or uncertainty when you're relying on these tools that have, relaxed content rules.
The risk is instability, but speed and access currently outweigh those rule limitations. Okay, so we've covered creating disruptive content. Let's pivot and turn that power towards something else, our own money. Let's talk about the secret weapon for finding hidden sales. Yeah, this is a huge deal for shoppers in 2026 because discount codes, they're not on the homepage anymore. They're buried, they're deep in private groups or hidden in articles. You need a way to find them instantly.
And the toolkit recommends a specific combo, GPT 5.2 with Perplexity. The idea is to use them together to scan basically the entire internet in seconds. That instant global search is the whole game.
And you have to give the AI a very strategic prompt so it filters out all the junk. You start with the specific product, obviously, and then you add the key filter. Only list codes that are 30% off or more.
That's the negotiator step. Just ignore all the little 5 and 10% off codes.
Exactly. And the final step is analysis. You tell the AI to compare all the discounted prices between sellers to find the absolute rock bottom price. Whoa, I mean, imagine scaling that. Instantly scanning 1 billion data points to save money on every single thing you buy.
So does this kind of instant price comparison just fundamentally change the game for retailers? How do they even compete?
Yes, it makes pricing transparency the new standard for savvy shoppers. And that kind of strategic thinking leads us right into building digital assets. The main idea for 2026 is that the way you work, your personal process, can become a really valuable product.
Okay, that's a big shift. So if I record how I do a complex task, maybe setting up a sales pipeline, and then I teach an AI to do it, I can sell that process. My system becomes a digital asset.
You got it. You're selling the efficient path that you already paid for with your own time and your own mistakes. You're monetizing your own efficiency, not your hours.
And the amazing thing about that kind of asset is the scale.
It's pure scale. The process can be copied infinitely by others without you having to do any more work. It's a total shift for, like, the solo entrepreneur.
We can apply that same idea of efficiency to just learning faster, right?
Yeah.
Instead of reading a whole book, you can get the key insights first.
Right. The tool for that is Claude. It's known for being very good at summarizing long stuff in a really smooth, human way. The goal is to just absorb the main points first, see if you like the ideas, and then decide if the full read is worth your time.
And the prompt for this is really specific. You ask Claude for the 5 most important lessons you can apply right now to make money online. And you tell it to write in simple conversational language, like you're talking to a friend.
Yeah, but the takeaway is still key. The AI helps you understand faster, but you still have to take action. The tech gives you the map, but you've got to walk the path. So what's the core mechanism that makes a personal process a quantifiable digital asset?
It's scale. The process can be replicated infinitely by others without human effort. Okay, so lastly, let's look at the 2026 roadmap. This is a list of resources to make sure you're not left behind by the next tech wave. It seems to be all about skills and mindset.
Absolutely. The toolkit really highlights these 5 AI habits you need to master new trends like vibe coding and voice flows.
Let's quickly define those. What exactly is vibe coding?
Vibe coding is basically advanced prompt writing, but it's focused on emotion. It's about telling the AI to sound empathetic or excited or serious to match the vibe you're going for. And voice flows are just creating complex AI actions using only your voice, no keyboard. The goal of all this is to become an orchestrator of the tech, not just a user.
And for business, the guide mentions 6 profitable AI businesses that don't need coding. It calls them boring AI business models, which sounds kind of promising, actually.
It does. And on the personal side, there's a 7-question life audit. It uses your real calendar data, your actual schedule, to find where you're wasting energy and helps you fix it. No more guesswork.
The guide also says 2024 marketing strategies are basically obsolete. It points to 8 game-changing marketing trends that tackle things like zero-click issues and why platforms are starting to hide links.
And to wrap it up, they list 5 lazy ways to print money in 2026. Just simple, proven side hustles for beginners, no code needed. The whole theme is just be prepared.
Okay, so out of all those roadmap areas, which one offers the biggest immediate advantage for someone just starting out?
The habits and mindset shifts are the easiest entry point for immediate impact. So if you kind of boil it all down, the core idea is that technology is here to serve your life. This whole deep dive showed us how AI can be a tool for, personal efficiency, creating professional assets, and even making really disruptive content.
So what does this all mean? I think it means we have to leverage these tools. We have to challenge the status quo and really prepare for a world where this is the new baseline. Use this time to rest, to connect, and to focus on building that strong mindset for what's coming. Here's final thought for you to chew on. If your entire work process can be captured and sold digitally, what's the next layer of human skill that AI can't replicate yet? What's that unique judgment or empathy that you need to invest in to keep your edge?
Internalize these shifts. We wish you a warm New Year's Eve and a truly explosive 2026.
Happy New Year.